Welcome to Vint Corners, where timeless charm meets romantic vintage living. Today, we take you on a dreamy journey through an English cottage inspired by Laura Ashley's delicate prints and classic style. If you love vintage decor, don't forget to like, comment your favorite detail, and subscribe for more inspiring ideas. A charming English cottage facade appears, painted in muted sage green with climbing roses curling around white-trimmed windows. Soft morning light casts golden tones across a cobblestone path, while antique wrought iron lanterns flicker gently by the door. Every detail invites a timeless sense of welcome and countryside nostalgia. Inside the entryway, vintage wallpaper with faded rose patterns wraps the arched walls. A worn jute rug lies beneath oakwood flooring, and an ornate mirror reflects warm, filtered light from a crystal pendant above. A rustic umbrella stand adds a touch of charm to the graceful historic space. The living room radiates warmth, filled with soft natural light streaming through floral chintz curtains. A tufted velvet sofa in blush pink sits in front of a stone hearth. Floral cushions, antique tables, and a delicate chandelier complete a romantic, lived-in aesthetic full of gentle color and layered textures. A cozy reading nook appears near tall windows, with a rolled armchair and duck egg blue linen beside stacked novels and vintage teacups. Botanical prints and lace curtains frame the view as sunlight dances across wooden floorboards. The mood is intimate, serene, and deeply reminiscent of English countryside grace. Moving to the dining room, a rustic pine table is adorned with bone china and pressed flower napkins. Mismatched Windsor chairs in soft pastels encircle the table. Above, a floral chandelier glows softly, while delicate toile wallpaper and plastered walls cradle the entire room in romantic, welcoming elegance. In the kitchen, creamy cabinetry with brass hardware lines the space. A butler sink sits under a gingham-trimmed window, and an AGA stove nestles into a custom arch. Copper pots gleam from hanging racks, and floral crockery shelves exude personality. It's a space full of warmth, texture, and tradition. Tucked nearby, a breakfast nook features a built-in bench dressed in lilac damask. A gingham curtain flutters at the open window, revealing a view of herbs in terracotta pots. The soft pendant light above glows gently, and ceramic plates line the beadboard wall in symmetrical vintage perfection. A hallway appears, wrapped in blush wainscoting and botanical wallpaper. A vintage runner guides the eye past antique sconces, while creaking floorboards echo softly. A carved wood bench holds a crochet throw, and light filters in from an overhead window, bathing the scene in nostalgic cottagecore serenity. The guest bedroom glows in moss green, with a tall four-poster bed layered in floral linens and lace. Sheer curtains frame a small paned window, casting shadows on antique furniture. A crystal lamp and wildflower bouquet sit atop a delicate nightstand, crafting a retreat filled with softness and stillness. The primary bedroom opens in calming blues and creams, with a wrought iron bed topped in ruffled quilts and pillows. A hand-painted armoire stands gracefully nearby, and soft lace curtains move gently in the breeze. Every piece feels curated, timeless, and rooted in romantic English tradition. A charming dressing room follows, filled with built-in cabinetry painted sage green and finished with brass knobs. A floral aubusson rug anchors a Victorian chaise, while sunlight spills through gauzy curtains. On the vintage vanity, porcelain perfume bottles and trinket trays sit like still life in a painting. The ensuite bathroom features a freestanding clawfoot tub positioned beneath an arched window, checkered tiles in rose and ivory spread across the floor, and a delicate chandelier adds sparkle. A carved wooden cabinet holds lace-trimmed towels, enhancing the sense of comfort, femininity, and timeless English beauty. Upstairs, a small craft room glows with creativity. A weathered work table holds spools of ribbon, floral fabric, and baskets of buttons. Pastel drawers line the beadboard walls beneath vintage wallpaper. A mullioned window filters golden light, casting a soft ambience on every lovingly curated detail. A quiet attic hideaway offers whimsical charm, where low ceilings and floral textiles create intimacy. A velvet settee is layered with patchwork throws, and vintage suitcases serve as side tables. Books, vases, and candlelight create a timeless atmosphere that invites daydreaming and soft reflection. Back downstairs, a powder room glows with romantic charm. Hand-stenciled walls echo vintage florals, and a white pedestal sink with brass fixtures gleams below a round mirror. A porcelain bowl of dried petals rests nearby, releasing the subtle scent of roses into the softly lit space. A glass conservatory opens into the garden, framed in cream-painted wood with sheer linen curtains. Wicker chairs with floral cushions sit beside fern-filled planters. Terracotta tiles warm the floor, and sunlight filters through trailing vines, casting dreamy shadows across a serene space full of life and bloom. In the courtyard, a bistro set rests beneath a flowering wisteria arbor. Lavender blooms in stone planters, and gravel pathways wind around mossy urns and boxwoods. Delicate light dances between leaves, bringing stillness and poetry to the intimate garden corner wrapped in botanical beauty. A vintage potting shed emerges, painted dusty pink with green shutters and a rose wreath on the door. Inside, terracotta pots, gardening tools, and seed crates line wooden shelves. A gingham curtain flutters at the window, and dried herbs hang from beams, evoking cottage simplicity. A quaint orchard area appears with espaliered fruit trees and raised herb beds. A whitewashed bench rests beneath flowering branches, while foxgloves, mint, and chamomile grow freely. A vintage wire fence encloses the space, letting filtered sunlight complete this tranquil corner of cultivated romance. The back terrace finishes the tour, with flagstone floors, floral cushions, and lace-covered tables under a pergola of climbing roses. Ceramic pitchers overflow with fresh wildflowers, and scalloped teacups gleam beneath hanging lights. It's a cinematic celebration of garden elegance and vintage comfort, ready for peaceful gatherings. Thank you for exploring this vintage English cottage with us, where every corner whispers warmth and elegance. We hope you found inspiration in the textures, colors, and charming details. Comment below your favorite room, and subscribe to Vint Corners for more beautifully nostalgic home decoration ideas every week. See you soon!